In a forest duel, the dark-haired combatant, sweating profusely, suddenly exclaims, "Let's stop here," to his surprised light-haired opponent, as new challenges begin in Orcs Village. A young boy, frustrated by his defeat, questions his own strength, precision, and speed, yet receives congratulations from an elder, acknowledging Mihai, the Hunter of Gabriel, as the victor. The young boy's father notes his son's impressive growth after 3 years at the academy, while Aaron excitedly sees his improvement, though still compares him to the legendary Mihai. Eager youths express their desire to learn from Mihai, hoping to become his disciples. As Mihai gathers Cecil and Thomas for an important announcement, he will be absent for 3 years due to nobility's obligation. Mihai apologizes for the sudden news, causing shock among his friends when he can't reveal the start date, only to then shockingly declare, "Tomorrow." A worried young girl and boy express their desire to stay together, and though she cries at the thought of 3 years apart, the boy reassures her with promises of letters. As discussions about apprentice school and nobility's obligation highlight the talents within the noble family, Alan smells something fishy behind the sudden departures. Outside a grand manor, the concept of nobility's obligation remains a mystery, even to Rickle and a longtime baron's servant, who've never heard of such a duty. Armor sadly watches his brother depart, while Cecil, after some hesitation, tearfully hugs the leaving boy, promising to patiently await his return. Mihai's parents proudly bid him farewell, proclaiming him the pride of the Gabriel family, as he's seen off by household staff, only to be surprised by a small child hugging his leg. A light-haired man embraces a dark-haired Aaron, entrusting Cecil's safety to him, while a spiky-haired observer, initially shocked, begins to wonder if the departing master is subtly shaking. A young knight sets off to fulfill his family duty. A young girl tearfully promises to wait for him, and 3 years later, another Mihai departs while Cecil heads to the academy, with a servant pledging her protection. 1 year after conquering the White Dragon Mountains goblin villages, having defeated 10,000 goblins and leveled from 30 to 35, Alan, now faster than the Night Order, senses urgency as their arrival looms tomorrow. Alan, facing the formidable Orc King's village, plans a familiar pincer ambush with a summoning team at the rear, while simultaneously scoping the village from above to assess enemy numbers. Braun, with immense strength and endurance, stands ready to protect as Alan, alongside his loyal bears and spiders, declares, the hunt begins, targeting the Orcs Village. Boar-like creatures standing guard cry out Pippi, as a menacing large spider approaches, followed by armored humans, bears and spiders. A monstrous bear battles horned boar-like foes, and Alan observes, "They're used to fighting, good, 1-to-1 with my bear is too strong," before shouting Braun, "Protect," as arrows rain down. Braun shields allies from an arrow barrage, shouting, "So many of them," as summoned bears groan under the hits. Alan worries about their tireless fight, realizing he can't read their HP, then is surprised they are still alive. Alan shouts, "Kill the archers," as multiple large spiders appear, displaying improved durability and speed, swiftly attacking and surprising a large monster with their coordinated assault. Amidst arrows sticking from the ground, Alan commands, "Keep marching forward," recognizing the need to increase spider forces to combat the orcs, as a monstrous orc and looming danger draw near. Observing an approaching horde of boar-like creatures, Alan counts over 200, then, with a determined grin, declares, "Here's the chance to gain more EXP." The bear leader rallies, all bears. Welcome to battle, as chaos erupts in the upper panel, while in the lower one, an ambush team launches a stealth attack from behind a building. Alan reflects on defeating 100 foes, wondering why the Orc King hasn't appeared, planning to dig tunnels, noting the longer fight compared to goblins, until a sudden HUH signals incoming arrows. A massive energy blast hurtles towards Braun, who is frantically urged to protect, leaving Alan with a shocked exclamation, this is. A mage, shocked by the sudden surge of magic, sees shadowy figures appear on a hill, with one wielding a staff and a dark orb, exclaiming, "The ORC King came already." Huh. There should only be one boss. A large, intimidating orc holding a staff stands flanked by two smaller figures. A spiky-haired character, stunned, mutters, "The first attack magic I've ever seen is from the beasts," questioning how to counter this magical threat. We're recruiting proofreaders, quality checkers, and translators.